dog friends, welcome to today's how-to. Today we're going to be learning how to draw Charlie Brown and Snoopy. So first we're going to get started with Charlie Brown's hair in the middle here. So we're going to create almost that spiral shape. So we're going to start on the top, curving this around and through on the side. And then moving around that from the bottom here, we're just going to create a nice big oval to close that off on the top. Let's move down on a diagonal now for the nose, and we're going to curve this around, scooping that back in. For the eye on the right, we're going to curve this line around, up and down at that point, coloring that in black. We're going to do the same on the left, curving this up, around, and then back down, again coloring that in black. Let's move underneath now for the smile. We're going to curve this over and through on the right hand side. Let's draw in Snoopy's head on the front, and then we'll draw in Charlie Brown's head behind. So we're going to start with the top of Snoopy's head here on the left hand side, curving this around, down, and over towards that smile. Let's start back on this line, and we're going to curve this over and back in, and that's going to connect in towards his arm. For the hand here, for the first finger, we're going to curve that up and down. Moving across, arching that around and in. Again, moving down, bringing that up. And then again, one last time for the pinky, curving that through. We're going to draw in a small diagonal line coming across. And now we're going to draw in Snoopy's hand. So we're going to draw in a curved line coming up, bringing that down. We're going to do the same, bringing that directly across on the right. And then we're going to do the same underneath on a diagonal, bringing that through. And now let's close off the arm, bringing that directly across on the left. Let's draw on the rest of Charlie Brown's head now. So as we come underneath for the chin, we're going to curve this over and through on the right. Now let's draw on his ear. So we're going to curve this out and then back in on the side. And now we're going to close off Charlie Brown's head. So we're going to come over on the left-hand side, curving this around and through towards the middle. And then we're going to bring this back down on the right hand side, curving this over and down, connecting that towards the top of the ear. And now let's draw in a half circle on the top here, closing off the left ear. Let's come down and finish off the rest of Snoopy's head. So we're going to draw in the back portion, curving this line down on a diagonal. And now let's draw in Snoopy's ears. So from that corner, we're going to curve this out, bringing this over and up towards the top. Now from the middle here, we're going to bring this around, connecting that at a point. And then we're just going to color this part in black. Now let's come across and draw in his eyes. So we're going to curve this over on the left. We're going to come down on a slight diagonal, doing the same thing on the right. Let's draw in the eyebrows up above. So we're going to arch this up and down on the left. And then on the right, curving this around and through. Let's come down. We're going to draw in the nose on a diagonal. So we're going to draw in a diagonal oval. And then underneath for the mouth, starting up here, we're going to curve this line over past the hand, bringing that up on the right. Let's draw in the back of Snoopy's neck now. So we're just going to curve this line down. And then let's draw in Charlie Brown's hand behind. So we're going to, for the first finger, curve this around and up. Moving down again, curving this around and through. Again, dropping below, curving that up towards the top. And then one last time, arching this all the way around for the arm and hand, bringing that in towards Snoopy's neck. We're going to close off the collar here, so we're going to draw in two straight lines coming across. Now let's draw in Snoopy's body. So underneath for the torso, we're going to curve this line over. We're We're going to leave a small gap, arching that line up. And then again, leaving another gap for the leg, curving that in towards the hand. Let's move in towards the back now, curving that line up. Let's draw in the legs. We're going to draw in 2 diagonal lines coming up where our gap is. And then let's connect this together from the top, bringing this around and through on the bottom. And then we're just going to draw in 2 curved lines, bringing that in. In the gap on the bottom here again, we're going to curve 2 diagonal lines coming out. And then to close off the foot again, we're going to bring this around, over and through on the top. And then we're going to draw in 2 more curved lines coming over. Let's draw in Snoopy's tail in the middle. We're going to bring that out, back in. And now let's just draw in the rest of Charlie Brown's body. So for his neck, we're going to draw in a small diagonal line coming in. For the collar on his shirt, we're going to bring this line across. Let's bring this out on a diagonal. And then we're going to step in, replicating that again. And then we're going to close that off with another diagonal line from left to right. Let's close off the arm. So we're going to come up here, bringing that through. And then we're going to draw in a straight line that comes up towards the top. Let's draw in the back now. So we're going to bring this line down towards the bottom. And then from that corner, we're going to curve this line in, flattening that out as we come in towards Snoopy's torso. Now we're going to draw in a zigzag pattern. So we're going to start on the top. We're going to bring this diagonal line in. We'll bring this out on the right. Again, from that point, we're going to bring this line across. And then again, we're going to bring that up and through on the side. Let's come down. We're going to draw this diagonal line coming in. Let's bring this line out on the left. From that point again, we're going to bring this line over and then through towards Snoopy's hand. We're going to bring that line out and then back up towards the arm. Let's come down for the shorts. So we're going to draw a small diagonal line coming out. We're going to curve this line slightly, bringing that in towards the middle. And then again, from that point, we're going to curve that out. And then we're just going to bring this line up towards the top. Let's draw on the right leg first. We're going to bring 2 lines that come down. We're going to close that off with a curved line from left to right. And then we're going to move up and replicate that 2 more times to create a small strip there. Let's close off the foot now. So on the top, we're going to arch this around and then in on the back. Let's come in for the leg behind now. We're going to draw in a straight line that comes down. We're going to do the same on the left. And then from here in the corner, we're just going to curve this line over. Let's close off the 2 lines again. So we're going to curve that down, curving up, replicating that. And then lastly, to finish off the foot, we're going to arch that in towards Snoopy's foot. And then we're going to follow underneath, curving that back around and in. And that is it. That's how you draw Charlie Brown and Snoopy. You can pause the video and color it the way that I have done, or you can change your colors up if you'd like. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment below suggesting any more characters that you'd love to learn to draw next. Thank you so much for joining me on today's tutorial, and I'll see you all on the next one.